South Sydney Rabbitohs, grand finalists in 2021. It has been a complete wipeout since then. They lost patience with coach Jason Demetriou. They're trying to plant the seeds for the new generation with the old master in Wayne Bennett coming back to the helm for his second stint as coach. Not quite a blank canvas. They do have a lot of their squad locked away, but there's a lot of improvement that they need to find on field, but also perhaps culturally between the ears in terms of building that desire and perhaps the culture of success at the club. We'll take a look at the top 5 targets for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. South Sydney Rabbitohs, grand finalists in 2021, humbled by the Penrith Panthers, not the first side to fall victim to them, and they haven't recovered from that day a few years ago. It's been one disaster to the next. They've moved a coach on in Jason Demetriou. They welcome back the super coach Wayne Bennett after his stint at the new kids on the block in the Dolphins, and now they're looking to tweak their list in a fairly significant way to try to bounce back up the ladder and get some sort of a response. The South Sydney Rabbitohs, always a fascinating side. They should have a little bit of money to spend, and we're going to take a look at who the top 5 targets might be for them for 2026 and beyond. Option 1, Leo Thompson from the Newcastle Knights. Something the Rabbitohs are desperately in the market for is forwards, and unfortunately for Wayne Bennett and his recruiting staff, the market for forwards is pretty thin, so they're going to have to act quickly. Again, the common theme in a lot of these chats is the Knights, who are going to lose players, and Thompson is a target that would be right up the alley as almost the first priority, and certainly our option number 1 for the Rabbitohs to give them some much needed polish in that area of the ground. There's a few things they need to address, but that's towards the top of the list. Option 2, Thomas Hazelton, one of the best young forwards in the game, so along the same lines of thinking, and there would be nervous Sharks fans all around the land at the fact that he has not yet recommitted beyond his current contract. They would be sweating on his availability. They're a side that looks to be right on the cusp of success, and losing a player like that would hurt them greatly, but it would also strongly assist the Rabbitohs in terms of their quick bounce and their desires to build a core that can actually stay together at the group for 6 to 8 years or more. So he would be a very high priority if gettable. Option 3, Xavier Savage. Well, the questions around Alex Johnston with that Achilles and his ability to come back does open those questions around it, and Xavier Savage therefore becomes a target front and centre for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. A lot of it does hinge on availability, and some of the stuff that they have coming through development-wise isn't too bad, but Xavier Savage would have an immediate impact, and that's something that they would be looking to do, and Wayne Bennett certainly has that knack for getting the best out of players like that. Option 4, Ronaldo Mulalo from the Cronulla Sharks. Sharks players have popped up quite a bit through this period, and Mulalo is another one of those. He will be slightly more expensive than Savage, so there's a chance that it's an unrealistic prospect right off the bat. But if they do have the coin, and we spoke about Wayne Bennett getting the best out of players, if there is a weakness in his game, it's that he can bite off more than he can chew. He makes a lot of mistakes and some turnovers, but at the same time can be extremely damaging. And if Wayne Bennett can help him harness that and pick his moments, then he could be a real vital weapon for his team and the competition. Option 5, Sonny Luke from the Penrith Panthers, looking at the dummies roles within that side. The Panthers certainly have some guys that are looking to get regular opportunities at other clubs, given the strength of their roster and how hard it is to push certain players aside. So being able to offer players regular gigs and full 80 minutes and starts every week is a pretty appealing prospect, and they might be able to tick all of those boxes and potentially lure Luke across from the Panthers to the Bunnies for 2026 and beyond. So there are 5 options for the Rabbitohs. In fairness, there are probably a lot more than that. Have we narrowed it down to the right 5? Let us know. Throw some other names our way in the comments section below. A reminder to like and subscribe, and head to zerotackle.com for all of the latest news and, of course, our season reviews of every side in the competition.